there are several different strategies for pricing projects. It all depends on you and your area. It also depends on the type of project that you are making. Be mindful that customers don't want to spend a small fortune for a simple project, but you also cannot price yourself out of business. What I mean by that is if your prices are too high, you're going to lose business. If your prices are too low, you're going to get business, but you're not going to be able to stay in business because you won't be able to afford it due to your prices. So be mindful of all that. Yeah. This table behind me is a foyer table that my customer requested. It's a foyer table laying on its side, still clamped up, but it's still a foyer table. It is made of 36 board foot of 8/4 ash. If I double my material price, the price for this table will be $180. A few years ago, that's how I made my prices. Considering this is a hobby shop and I have a full-time job to provide for my family, that's how I went. So, but now that is all changed. I still have a full-time job, but I want my shop to succeed. And back then, I wasn't making much money. Now let me break my pricing down to you. I've made a spreadsheet that I will put in the description. Let's try to. And I add up my material price. This is any wood that goes into the projects, including when I use dowels, including dowels. Then I add the hardware. This is screws, drawer slides, hinges, or anything of that nature. After that is the stain or paint, depending on the customer. Finish comes next, and am I using polyurethane, tung oil, boiled linseed oil, or varnish? Once those are figured in, I add them together. And I also add 5% to that number for shop supplies. This covers glue and sandpaper and so forth. Now is the hard part. I decide what to charge for labor. This can be tricky. Now, like I said, I'm a hobby shop. You may find a better way to do yours. So I don't charge as much as I would if this was my full-time job. I do my best to figure how long it will take to make this project, and I go from there. So most woodworkers have an hourly rate. Most woodworkers have an hourly rate they use and figure out how many hours it will take to make. For instance, if my hourly rate is $20 and it takes me 10 hours to make, then labor cost is $200. But once I have all that decided on, I simply add those numbers together, and that's my rough quote. Prices are always changing. I let my customer know that the quote is subject to change before I start the project. It's fair to them, it saves headache for me in the end. There are several more ways to price woodworking projects. Always consider the price of material you're using first. That's what people will see. Some people see the time and the craftsmanship you put in, and then some won't. It's a sad truth, but it happens. If you have another way to price woodworking projects, please put them in the comments and share with the rest of us. If you like this video and possibly learned something, go ahead and give me a like. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more, why not subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out? I do the best I can to bring you good content, sometimes further spaced out than others. I'm sorry for that. If you would, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe. Please, any questions, comments, put them in the comments. Y'all have a good day, and God bless.